Phil Franz-Workington. The ICE futures canola market is weaker Friday morning, with uncertainty over looming tariffs in the U.S. behind some of today's selling pressure. Canola down $8 to $12, March down $10.80 at $629.40 per ton. Donald Trump reiterated his calls for tariffs on Canada and Mexico while speaking to reporters yesterday. The U.S. is a major importer of both canola oil and meal from Canada. What comes from Trump's tariff threats and Canada's eventual retaliation remains to be seen, with tomorrow the tentative start date for those tariffs. The Canadian dollar was sharply lower in response to the trade war worries, and that did help temper the losses in canola. Gains in Chicago soy oil and tightening supply projections were also supportive. Canada exported just over 200,000 tons of canola during the past week, which was in line with what moved the previous week. Year-to-date exports of 5.3 million tons are roughly double the year-ago pace. In the U.S., soybean, corn, and wheat futures are steady to lower, although soy oil and oats are up. Domestic U.S. demand for soy oil should rise if Canadian canola oil imports are curtailed by Trump's tariffs, while the U.S. is also a major buyer of Canadian oats. While soy oil is rallying, soybeans were pressured by concerns the U.S. tariffs on China would lead to retaliation and reduced demand. The advancing Brazilian harvest and better weather in Argentina was also bearish. The March soybean contract down a penny at $10.43 per bushel. The U.S. dollar is stronger, and that also weighed on prices. Corn, meanwhile, seeing a continuation of yesterday's drop from nearby highs, with Mexico a major buyer of U.S. corn. The March contract down 7 cents at $4.82 per bushel. Wheat futures also caught up in the broad tariff-related uncertainty, although recent cold weather in the U.S. and declining export expectations out of Russia were somewhat supportive. Minneapolis spring wheat down 8 cents in the March contract at $6.12 per bushel. Hard red winter wheat 9 cents lower in the March contract at $5.79 per bushel. Chicago soft wheat down 6 cents in the March contract at $5.60 per bushel. That's a look at the ICE futures and U.S. markets for Friday, January 31st. In Winnipeg, for MarketsFarm.com, I'm Phil Franz-Workington.
With all that snow out there, you're going to need Butler Farm equipment. Stop in and check out their lineup of snow removal equipment, including walking behind snowblowers for tractors, snow buckets, sand spreaders, snow blades, plus snow wings for tractors and skid steers. Tackle snow days with ease with help from Butler Farm Equipment. Decades of delivering great service in the Peace region. See them on 107th Street in Fort St. John or visit them online at butlerfarmequipment.ca.
The opinions expressed on this show do not represent those of the station. If you've missed any of the shows, you can follow the podcast at Energeticcity.ca. Welcome to This Week in the Peace, a show dedicated to the people, events, and news of BC's Peace region. Here's your hosts, Dub Craig and Steve Berard.
Good morning and welcome to the show. Now, we're hoping to speak with someone from the Canadian Radio, Television, and Telecommunications Commission all about their recent announcement that they are taking action, quote, to improve reliability and affordability of internet services in the far north, end quote, which includes, I think, more engagement. They want to hear your opinion of what's going on, but we are currently still working on that situation. Hopefully, we'll have that guest lined up for you in about 10 minutes time.
But first, the 39th annual Fort St. John Art Auction is just a few weeks away. In order to tell us a bit about the team behind the auction and everything people can expect, we're joined today by a representative of the Flying Colors Arts Association, who you might remember from the Portals Plus Windows exhibit at Peace Gallery North a few months ago, Sandy Troudt. Sandy, thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Hope the drive-in wasn't too scary.
Not too bad.
So, Sandy, to start, tell me a little bit about just sort of the hard details for the auction. What date is it happening? Where is it happening? Are there deadlines?
Okay, it's March 4th. We're having it at the Northern Grand. Doors open at 5:30. We have a wonderful agenda of, we have a wonderful meal planned, a wonderful bar, a theme cocktail, games, raffles, and of course a live and silent auction. Bucket draws, of course, are included, and many volunteers to make the evening really delightful. We have a great theme this year. It's called Steampunk. It's kind of based on a Victorian era science fiction sort of theme, with a lot of, representing the industrial area.
Right.
But we're adapting it, of course, to the Fort St. John cogs and wheels.
Yeah. Awesome. So for people who are maybe interested in like dressing up to match the theme, what can they sort of like, what's the vibe to aim for?
Well, we really would love to see people come in costume. Bowler hats, top hats, corsets,
Right.
long dresses, something Victorian, and things with metal maybe attached to hats and whatever, veils.
Now, you guys, correct me if I'm wrong, you are raising money at this auction for what I saw was called a Fort St. John Creative Hub. Walk me through sort of what that means.
Okay, and before we go there, I made a mistake. It's March 8th.
March 8th, okay.
Yeah. So the Art Hub, we're hoping to raise funds to have a wonderful place, a place where artists of all genres, ages, multidisciplinary sort of place for people to make art and to socialize with other artists. Who knows? It could even include a storefront. But it's really making art accessible for everybody. We want to remove barriers to art so we can create a more inclusive and diverse society where everybody has the opportunity to engage with and appreciate art.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you say art for this community space, just for reference, I know obviously it's very early days, but is that strictly visual, or will there be like spaces for people to make music and things like that?
Well, we'll see. Mostly it's going to be the creative art, the visual arts.
Right.
We have lots of groups, very active and organized groups working in, well, we don't have many spaces for people to work. The Potters Guild has a space. The weavers, spinners and weavers have a very small space. The the painters and printmakers are always looking for a place to work. It's really a challenge, and it has been so for as long as I know of any art group operating in Fort St. John. We really need a space. You know, a lot of visitors are looking, or people to come and move here, want to have that full, diverse social experience when they move. And it draws tourists. A lot of people plan their holidays around a place that has a lot of wonderful artistic opportunities.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So walk me through what the goal is money-wise. If you're going to be working on this kind of project, how much are you hoping to get in total overall from this and other fundraising events, and how much do you want to get from this auction specifically?
Well, that's kind of a difficult question. After since COVID, the art auction events have kind of either didn't happen or have been pared back, and now we're really going full steam ahead as we used to do in early days. So we're looking for a lot of sponsorships to support the auction. All the art is donated. Centerpieces are going to be made by local business, Aqua North. And so we hope to do a really good job. It's hard to put an actual value on. We don't know what we will make.
Right.
In the past, I think we had a wonderful, somewhere between 45 and 60,000.
Okay.
And some of the funds raised go to the operations of Peace Gallery North. The artist long ago made an absolute commitment to support the gallery if it could be included in the cultural center. So we're going to continue that too.
For sure. Absolutely. So you mentioned that all of the art is donated by local artists. For someone who is maybe interested in donating a piece, what does the process for that look like?
Oh, well, I have a couple of a phone number you can phone, but you could also drop by Peace Gallery North and let them know that you would like to donate, and they will be able to help you find a way to donate. And anything that is handmade is wonderful and very appreciated. So we're looking for a wide diversity of items. It's not just Peace River paintings, scenic paintings. It could be hand-pulled prints, It could be glass work, cards, just about a sculpture, just about anything that's people want to do. And it's just incredible what variety there is out there.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'd welcome that.
I would also love to know a little bit more, because this was the first I had heard about the group, the Flying Colors Arts Association. Can you tell me a little bit about just sort of what that group is, maybe the history of it?
Okay, I'll try to be real quick. Years ago, there was a Fort St. John Arts group. People either moved away or passed away. It had been here a long time. I started bringing in some workshops for a small little group of us who I knew really were interested. And the response was so great, we decided to start a little formal group. And it has grown. I think we have something over 40 members.
Okay.
And they're not all just from Fort St. John. Some are from Dawson Creek as well. And we work together, have a great deal of fun. A lot of what we do, though, is to help people learn. So we bring in workshops, or some of the senior members deliver free workshops to members, but also include non-members. And if there's space available, we welcome that as well. We work hard on fundraising to help the gallery and the cultural center, and have a great time in doing it. But we really, our big goal now is to get a cultural hub, the funds started, so we can eventually end up with this in Fort St. John.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So looking at that cultural hub again, for people who are interested in contributing to that project, but maybe for one reason or another they can't make it out to this gala on March 8th, Are there any other opportunities to donate? Are there any other events coming up that you guys have?
Well, right now, opportunities to donate, there are a whole lot of levels of donate. Even you could be a friend of the auction by donating up $1 to $500 just in cash. A lot of wonderful local businesses have already donated items that we can use for gifts and bucket draws and auction. So there are lots of levels. We're looking for larger sponsorships too, to help us with the publication of an art auction catalog, wine sponsors, a dessert table, and so on. So for lots of details, you could call or connect with the Fort St. John Community Arts Council at 250-787-2781 and ask for Margaret or Rosemary. So there are lots of information out there. I can also leave you with an email address that maybe you could.
Yeah, for sure. We can
later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One other quick thing regarding the actual date of the auction itself. That's on March 8th.
Yes.
How much does it cost to get in? Do people need to buy tickets in advance? Where can they go and do that?
You can go to the North Peace Cultural Center tickets office to buy the tickets. At the same time, you could even reserve a table if you want to come with friends or a big group. The tickets are $85, and they go on sale next Monday or Tuesday. At the Cultural Center. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I think I've gone over everything on my list here. Is there anything else you want to add? Anyone you want to shout out? Anything like that?
Oh, I'd love to mention some of our early community sponsors.
Absolutely.
And thank them greatly. Cobb's Bakery, Headspace, The Hair Bin, Home Hardware, Lawrence Meat, The Butcher Block, Homesteader Health Foods, Arc Tech, Aqua North, Northern Metallic. So we're very grateful, and we're always looking for partnerships to promote art for everybody in Fort St. John.
For sure, absolutely. If maybe we have like a business owner or something that would be interested in one of those partnerships, how can they get in touch with you guys? Is it that same phone number or?
Yes, and I'll actually add my phone number too. So my phone number is 778-256-3867, and I can pass along that to the people who are out there working really hard to connect with everybody, and they're having a really good time and finding a lot of very receptive people.
Okay, for sure. Perfect. Thank you so much for your time today, Sandy. We really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and thank you for helping to promote this wonderful event. I think it's just going to be a great a lot of fun, really. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. That was Sandy Troudt. We are going to be right back shortly on This Week in the Piece. In the meantime, remember the 39th annual art auction is going to be held on March 8th at the Northern Grand Hotel.
It's the perfect time to think about your dream home. Jandel Homes has gorgeous new show homes arriving, featuring fresh designs, modern colors, and thoughtful features you're sure to love. Looking for more space, a kitchen that fits your family, or a home that feels just right? Now's the time to come take a look. Make a fresh start in 2025 with a home that's made for you. Stop by Jandel Homes. We'd love to help you find your dream home.
Chances Casino and 100.1 Moose FM are partnering to give you the best seats in the house.
And hut.
From now until February 7th, you can visit Chances Casino and add your name to the ballot box for the chance to win 2 recliners, a $150 bar tab, and front row seats to watch Super Bowl 59 on Chances Casino's big screen. The only way to enter is at Chances Casino Fort St. John. And the more you visit, the more chances you have to win.
It's the Chances Casino Best Seats in the House contest, supported by City Furniture, Fort City Chrysler, Bronze Flooring and Home Decor, and 100.1 Moose FM.
Chances Casino and 100.1 Moose FM are partnering to give you the best seats in the house.
And hut.
From now until February 7th, you can visit Chances Casino and add your name to the ballot box for the chance to win 2 recliners, a $150 bar tab, and front row seats to watch Super Bowl 59 on Chances Casino's big screen. The only way to enter is at Chances Casino Fort St. John. And the more you visit, the more chances you have to win.
It's the Chances Casino Best Seats in the House contest, supported by City Furniture, Fort City Chrysler, Bronze Flooring and Home Decor, and 100.1 Moose FM.
Straight, a construction partner that grows with you. At Straight, we work tirelessly to execute projects beyond expectations in terms of quality, safety, and efficiency, all while giving back to our communities that we live and work in. We love to build, and we love oil and gas. Straight is a proud supporter of the oil and gas industry. Come visit us at our offices in Fort St. John or on the web at straight.ca.
Think you and your significant other know each other inside and out? Prove it and win big with the Carter's Jewelers Couples Game. Here's how it works. Head over to moosefm.ca/couples game and answer 10 questions about yourself and your relationship. Then, we'll call your partner to see if their answers match yours. Nail it, and you could become a finalist for an incredible Valentine's Day prize worth $1,400. But if they get it wrong, you're out of the game. Put your relationship to the test with the Carter's Jewelers Couples Game. Proudly brought to you by Fort St. John Home Hardware, Rosebrook Flooring, Pomeroy Hotel and Conference Center, and 100.1 Moose FM. Will you and your partner make the perfect match? Enter now and find out.
Moose Country weather.
Got another snowy day ahead, 2 to 4 centimeters of snow expected. Wind north 30, gusting to 50 an hour. Temperature will be steady near minus 20 with the wind chill minus 33. Another 2 to 4 centimeters of snow tonight, low minus 25. Wind chill dips to minus 38 overnight. Brr. Periods of light snow tomorrow morning, then mainly cloudy sky. Temperature near minus 24, feels like minus 38 again. And then a mix of sun and cloud on Sunday, a high of minus 23.
You can watch this show live on Facebook. Catch the replays at Energeticcity.ca or be part of the show by texting your thoughts to the Fort City Chrysler line at 250-787-2222.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Dub Craig. Now, I was hoping to speak to somebody from the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission to talk a bit about this essentially internet affordability actions that they're taking to improve the affordability for internet services in the far north. We are unable to make that connection with them today, so we're hopefully going to reschedule for the future. If you do want to know more, though, you can head to Energeticcity.ca, read the news article that the folks there put up recently, and I believe in there as well there is some information about where you can find the link to the engagement that they've got set up. There's a little survey that I took that says what you think about their process, because essentially they want to make a subsidy that they would give to people who live in the north to kind of offset the cost of internet. But again, we're hopefully going to talk to somebody from the CRTC very soon in the future to find out more about that and on a future episode.
I'm going to choose to blame Dub for not making that connection.
There you go.
Big thank you to Sandy Troudt from the Flying Colors Arts Association for coming on the show today. Once again, the 39th annual Fort St. John Art Auction is going to be held on March 8th at the Northern Grand Hotel. We have a story about that on Energeticcity.ca from earlier this week as well if you want to read more. You can listen to this show again by checking out the podcast at energeticcity.ca/podcasts. We'll store this and future episodes of the show there as we make them. Also, check out our other locally produced podcasts, Before the Peace and Secrets of the North as well. That's our show. I'm Steve Berard.
And I'm Dub Craig. Be well.
Join us again next Friday morning at 10 for another edition of This Week in the Peace, your weekly talk show dedicated to the people, events, and news of BC's Peace Region. Or